What up? It's Jamie, and we're here to play games and have fun. Welcome back to our next video. So, let's give you some encouraging words along the way and encourage yourself. I will learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow. So, get your favorite snack, lunch, or dinner, and let's enjoy this gameplay. You have to put that mask on your face first. And then you go to help all of your loved ones, whether it's your wife, your husband, your child, whomever you're traveling with, or a mere stranger. So you got to put that mask on yourself first. Okay? We must also secure our footing in what we stand for. So think about that. If you put the mask on yourself first, then you're going to go ahead and secure your footings and what you stand for. And this is talking about masking yourself. And that I'm using mask as a metaphor. Okay? It's just used as an example. All right? So if you're on this plane and you're taking this trip and they're telling you, well, you can't help anybody else until you help yourself, well, then that's what we have to do. So in our own lives, we must secure our footing and what we stand for, who we are building, what we are building, and then help others who are helping themselves to reach their goals about who they are building, what they are building, and what they stand for. The reason I say who we are building is because if you're building yourself, what type of person do you want to build yourself into? What type of person do you want to mold yourself into? How do you want to do that? You have to go through different parts and different transitions or phases throughout your life in order to accomplish that. So that is what's most important. And that is why we have to put the mask on ourselves first to reach our goals. Okay? Another analogy to think about this in a different way is iron sharpens iron. If you are the first iron, then you have to know how to sharpen yourself. And then not only sharpen yourself, but you got to know how to heal yourself. And then you got to know how to resharpen yourself with encouragement so you keep going on your own. Then you can do the same for another iron that is. Because remember, iron sharpens iron. So if another iron comes along and you're able to sharpen that one, then you are able to do so. You can teach and show them how to do that. Now, there's something a little different with iron sharpens iron. We also have to be careful, okay? Because not all iron is made equal, and not all iron is for you to actually sharpen. So as we play along, just listen in and understand the message that's given here. And we're going to actually, I'm going to read an affirmation to you, one that I wrote myself. Took me a while to write it, but this comes from going through different things and being able to heal and walk through a lot of things and learning how to let stuff go, learning how to love yourself, learning how to accept every part of who you are. You're not what the world says that you are, okay? So, nowhere in life does it state that you are all the same. I'm not the same. The next person to me is not the same. We're not going to do everything the same way. Everything's going to come to us in different ways, different shapes, different manners. We understand all differently. Someone may explain something the same way, but what one person heard, the next person did not hear. Or maybe the next person didn't hear it at all. And to hear something, we've learned, means to obey and or do something. And we'll get to that a little bit later. Okay? So that is really, really, really important. So let's recap just for a second. This small recap is understanding what love means, the true meaning of love. It means to provide and protect. We have to mask ourselves first before we can mask anybody else. On a plane, in our life, doing things. If you don't take care of yourself, how can you take care of someone else? You can't. You can't help that other person if you can't help yourself. Right? If you don't have an abundance, how can you teach someone else to have an abundance? If you're not already creating these things and putting things in motion and actually doing them, how can you tell someone else? How can you force someone else? You can't. You can only control what you do. You only can control yourself, your thoughts, and you can only control what you do. Everyone else, they can do their own thing on their own time in their own way. Okay? All right, so don't forget, we must secure our footings in what we stand for, who we are building, so that person that we want to build, what we are building, and then help others to do the same thing. If we are the first iron, we have to understand, and we may go through a lot more to know how to do something, because we're trying everything that we can, and then we can help others along the way that have an ear to hear, or that's willing to learn and eager to learn or pick up these things and then carry it on. But that's how things work. You got to see about yourself and love yourself first. Okay, so again, listen along throughout the whole entire video as we talk about this and we go through this, and let me know in the comments below exactly what you think about it. Let's talk about it down there. Let's allow this to be a live conversation, things that we can actually speak about and we can enjoy talking about in every shape or form, because we're all different, right? And not everybody has the answer to life. Life is going to throw us some curveballs, and we are going to have to roll with those curveballs because that's what was given to us, right? So we got to go with the flow. All right, here's some things to start out with. And I'm just going to say them. I am unique. Nobody's like you. You are your own person. I am responsible. Yes, you are. you are very responsible. I am a responsible builder of my life. My action plan is implemented in my life every day. I choose to love myself and accept every part of me and others with pure joy, truthfulness, happiness, which flows easily. My mind is not cluttered or filled with uneasiness or uneasy doubt or self-guilt. My mind is stable, free of disappointment, filled with positive thoughts of myself and others at all times. Now, here's something that a lot of people don't realize is looking at themselves in the mirror and accepting every part of them, no matter if it's a bump, a mole, or a scratch, or it's a dimple, or it's a part of them. It's there, but they don't like it. So some people choose to be in denial. Let's not be in denial about that. Let's love ourselves and accept ourselves for the way that we are, no matter what it is. So I am true to myself. I see life as realistic, and I'm able to flow freely with whatever it dealt to me. That means you can go with the flow of life. If you're given a ball and it says, okay, you got to figure this ball out, then you want to be able to embody that and say, okay, yeah, I can figure this out. I stand on my own 2 feet. I got my sword in my hand, and I can do this. All right. So I see life as realistic, and I am able to flow freely with whatever is dealt to me. I do not stress out and accept when things do not go my way. A lot of us cannot accept that. I do not stress out and accept when things do not go my way. A lot of people cannot accept that, because if things don't go the way that we plan them, then we just fall completely apart, or we stress out how this is going to happen, how that's going to happen, when is this going to take place, how is that going to take place. You cannot be that way. You have to be able to go with the flow of life. Don't stress out for things that you had no control over. You cannot change. Things happen that way. And guess what? That's when you become less stressful. So you have to slow down, you have to breathe, and you have to say, okay, what's next? What can I work on if I can't work on this piece? What can I do if I can't do this right now? Okay, so that saying goes again. I do not stress out and accept when things do not go my way, because that is just the truth. Life is going to take you around. You're going to go through some trials. You're going to go through some tribulations. And then you'll come back full circle and realize, well, not full circle, 180, as long as you don't go back in the other 180-degree turn around that circle, you'll come that 180 degrees and say, oh, okay, what have I learned? how can I say it? We're not even scraping the tip of the iceberg in doing it the right way. And sometimes the right way is not the way we're thinking, right? It is not always that way, and it's not always going to be that way. Okay? So my dreams, ambitions, thoughts, works, and walks of life is given to Yahuwah for him to give back to me if it is for me. Some things that we think we want, we don't want. I'm going to say that again because all of us don't get that. Some things we think we want, we truly do not want. Because if you understood what it was to walk in that other person's shoes, to get what they have or to build what they have, a lot of us would be back in the concrete jungle or back under something else. We wouldn't even attempt to go out in the field to try to do it or to actually accomplish it or do it, because the task would be too great. We would see it in that manner. It would be just a no-brainer for some of us to say, you know what? I thought I wanted this, but I don't think I want this. Another way to think of it is some people want to travel. They want to travel the world. They want to do all these things. Okay, it takes a lot to travel. It's going to take a lot on your body. Your body's going to be tired. Your brain's going to be tired. You're going to be going from one altitude to the next altitude. And think about that. For those that travel a lot, they've gotten used to it. This is what they do. That is their norm. But for someone that's starting out, that's not their norm. It's something you got to get used to. It's something you got to walk through. It's something it's like learning a new walk of life. Now, if that's something you truly want to do, then you don't mind going through whatever you got to go through to get there. You don't mind it. And you will learn along the way. What your brain will do is try to self-sabotage you and tell you to go back the other way, because your inner consciousness is saying that's not safe. I don't know that way. Even if where you came from was really bad, it's telling you, I don't know that. This is new to me. So we're going to go back to what we know instead of trudging along and going forward. And what we want to do is go forward, right? We want this new dream. We want all this stuff that we've set up. But we can't get all of those things that we set up because our brain's saying go back the other way. It's like when you move to a new country. You remember all of the stuff from your old country and you start to miss it. Not only do you miss it, you miss the way it was done, how it was done, because that was your norm, that was your security, that's what you were used to. All of your habits that you built there, maybe you can't build those habits in the new place. And so now your habits have to change. Your thoughts have to change. How you live has to change. And there's one thing about our inner conscious mind, it does not like change. It will tell you in a heartbeat, get on the plane and go back to where you came from and stay over there because that's what we know. It only takes 3 months actually to build new habits. For some of us, it may be 4 months. But as long as we keep trudging along and going forward, we'll be able to build those new habits. And guess what? Once we stick to those, then those will replace the old or the used to or my old habits or my used to habits or my used to lifestyle or my used to this. It'll start to change it. But in the beginning, it's going to be a rocky road. It's going to feel like, well, you don't want to 5, I would say 5-10 minutes of the video, or a little bit longer. But I'm going to give you some time to think about everything that we just talked about before we get to the next part. Okay? So my dreams, ambitions, thoughts, works, and walks of life is given to Yahuwah for him to give back to me. If it is for me, those dreams, ambitions, thoughts, works, and walks of life will fulfill the walk Yahuwah has for me. Okay? So let's think about that. And then I'm going to go back up and I'm going to repeat what I said earlier. Remember what love means. It means to provide and protect. You have to do that for yourself first. We must do this for ourselves first, and then to our family, then friends, and then to extended ones. Now remember, you have to do it for yourself first. So yourself also includes your household. Then family, that's outside of your household. Then friends, and then extended ones. All right? So think about it. You plan a trip on a plane and you go to take that trip. Yet before the plane moves after boarding, you are given these instructions on how to save your own life first and then others. Think about putting on your mask first, and then you help others put their mask on to save themselves. We must secure our footing in what we stand for, who we are building, what we are building, and then help others who are helping themselves to reach their goal. Iron sharpens iron. If you are the first iron, then know how to sharpen yourself, heal, and resharpen with encouragement. Then you can do the same for another iron that comes along, and know that all iron is not for you to sharpen, nor is it made equal. So make sure the iron that you're sharpening is able to sharpen you back. You're equal. Listen as we play and understand you are special, unique, creative, filled with positive energy that flows uniquely to your physique. All right? Nowhere in life does it state that you are all the same, because we are not all the same at all. We are unique though. So you say to yourself, I am unique. I am a responsible builder of my life. My action plan is implemented in my life every day. I choose to love myself and accept every part of me and others with pure joy, truthfulness, happiness, which flows so easily. My mind is not cluttered or filled with uneasiness, doubt, or self-guilt. My mind is stable, free of disappointment, filled with positive thoughts of myself first and others at all times. I'm true to myself. I see life as realistic, and I am able to flow freely with whatever is dealt to me. I do not stress out and accept things when things don't go my way. I trust completely and lean on Yahuwah as He guides my steps always. I build wealth completely in all adventures that open to me every step of the way. I have the ability to commit to myself first and then to others. I understand that this committing is sure and foundational so I can help others. Remember, you cannot help others if you cannot help yourself. And once again, where we take our break, my dreams, ambitions, thoughts, works, walks of life is given to Yahuwah for Him to give back to me. If it is for me, those dreams, ambition, thoughts, works, and walks of life will fulfill the walk Yahuwah has for me. Now let's take a break and let's just think on those things as we are going along our way today. Thanks for watching our video, and don't forget to leave a comment below, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Remember, let's learn from yesterday, live for today, and have a stress-free hope for tomorrow. Stay stress-free and encouraged, everyone. Later for now.